YouTube. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Anonymous Prepper. This is the Anonymous Prepper channel backup. And I say backup because right now my main channel, which was over 10,000, is currently in limbo. And unfortunately, YouTube hasn't responded back to any of my emails, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I'm starting fresh and continuing to get my word out to the people of the world, especially in the prepping community. And don't mind the get up, Anonymous Prepper. Take the hint. But anyways, posted a video today, and I'm going to try to get content out more consistently, but in this day and age, as I said in videos in the past, times are going to get very, very tough. Look at what's going on in the world. Food prices are skyrocketing. Called it. Now we have Russia bringing back their draft. 300,000 people. It's a sad sight to see. But I made a video back in March when all the war stuff started kicking off. And I even said, Russia has a game plan here. A chess match. Piece by piece, they're going to take over and do what they need to do to win this war. And it's not good. And there's so many people acting like, oh, Ukraine's going to win. They're going to win now because they had this big offensive push. And, I'm not picking sides here. I just look at it as this shouldn't be happening at all. But it is. Because the repercussions of it. Food prices are going up. Gas shot up to $5 a gallon at one point. Other places up to $10. And now we're living in an age where we're going into fall and into winter. My gas and electric bill has almost tripled. Same use. Kept all my bills. Called my utility companies. They say, well, our prices are going up. There's nothing we can do about it. So that's the age we're living in now. Survival. And some people are going to say, oh, you're crazy. The whole prepping BS. I won't even go into it. You know what I mean. When plain and simple, preppers are the kind of people that just want to be ready. We don't want to get caught with our pants down, especially nowadays. Because we look at Russia right now, bringing back a draft. 300,000 people that I guarantee probably not going to give a solid ballpark. Probably like 30-40% don't even want to go and fight in this war. But I know a lot of them do. Especially with the Anons. We know all about what goes on over in Russia. It's not good. Because what's going to happen next? If this war doesn't end, more countries are going to get involved. There's going to be more drafts. And then eventually, they're going to be knocking at your door saying, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, you have been chosen. Get your clothes. Get on the bus. It's time to go. You got to fight. So what are you going to do? You're going to take off? Try to hide? They will find you. These days, everything is so technologically based. It's not that hard to track somebody down. It's a scary world. What are you doing now? Are you taking the time to prepare? Do you have your fridge, your freezer all stocked up? Is your pantry full? And I've shown videos in the past of some of my stocking up in my preps. Right now is a very critical time. And no, I'm not saying to go spend thousands of dollars and buy all of this. I'm saying use logic. Check your fridge, check your freezer, check your pantry. If you're already a prepper, you know what you need to do. If not, feel free to shoot me a message down in the comments. I'll gladly help you. I've done it to many, many people on my other channel. I have to start fresh though. And right now this channel is very, very small. So I have to start from scratch. But I will help you. I have a lot of knowledge in many, many fields in different ways. I'm not going to get into a lot of details about what I know. But there's a reason why I started this channel and my main channel a couple of years ago. Figure I had 10,000 people following me because they knew I had knowledge. And I'm not trying to sound egotistical here. I'm just stating the facts because I look at it from both sides of the tracks. I'm a realist here. I'm not saying panic, run, it's going to end. No. I'm saying get ready, because we don't know exactly what could happen. Heck, tomorrow this might be all over. But it's probably not going to happen, though, because too much money has been invested into this war, especially. Too much money has been spent during the big cough. Money has been spent for this, for that. That money has to come back from somewhere. And war is the most likely way to get that money back. We can't keep bleeding the taxpayers because, we're all going broke too. There's no more middle class anymore. The middle class is now the low class, and the low class is now considered just basically poor. And it's not right. And here comes the people. La-di-da-di-da, I'm going to get my Starbucks. Everything is back to normal. We all have a right to our opinion on things. But something I fail to understand is people's psychiatric mentality. Are you that numb? Or you just really don't care? Because you have money? Or you're stuck in dreamland, like everything's going to be fine? You're the person who's going to be coming to somebody else's door begging for help. And you know what's going to happen? They're not going to answer the door. Or they're going to open the door, and they're going to have a self-defense tool. And they're going to tell you, you either get out of here, or this tool is going to be used. We need to work together, because things are going to get really bad. Do you have your game plans for fall going into winter? Because a lot of people, and this is something I know on a personal level, because I've mentioned this before on my other channel. When times are hard and you don't have the money to pay your utility bills, what are you going to do? You might get assistance from somewhere to help try to pay for the bill for a month, but that's only one time you could do that. You have to turn off your gas, limit your electricity use to try to save money on the bills. And you're sitting in your living room wearing, full cold weather gear getup, trying to stay warm, or building a tent fort in your bedroom to try to stay warm because you can't afford to pay a super high gas bill or electric bill. What are you going to do? You got to start planning for these things, folks, because a lot of us out there, especially who are out there watching these videos like mine and all the other preppers, they're looking for guidance, and we got to help them. It's going to be very, very tough. And now we have this whole war situation getting into full gear now. All it takes is one missile. When that nuke goes off, people are going to be running to the stores in a panic. Oh my goodness, it's really happening. We got to go. Then you're going to be in a grocery store like Black Friday fighting people for a dozen of eggs or a pack of butter. And then what? Trying to get to your car. People are going to fight to take the stuff out of your cart. That could happen. I've seen what people will do over toilet paper. I've seen, especially back in 2020, April of 2020, when all this hit. And to note, not to sound, I forget the word I want to use for this, but February of 2020, I already stocked up and I prepped for what was coming for the cough. But in April, everything went chaotic. There was nothing on the shelves. And there was these two guys and a woman talking like, oh my God, I have never seen anything like this. Like, why did this happen? Because you didn't take the precautions. You have to be prepared. If there's a possibility of a pandemic, war, grid failure, major cyber attacks, whatever it may be, wouldn't you prefer to have the knowledge and the ability to be ahead of that so you have a fighting chance? Or do you want to be one of these people like myself when I was younger as well, as a teenager being homeless, digging out of dumpsters in the freezing cold in February in the Northeast, struggling to stay warm, wondering if I was going to wake up the next day, wondering, am I going to have my next meal? Because nobody wants to help you out. And the places that try to help you out have very strict rules, guidelines, and regulations if you can even get to them. Because I had no way to get there. And I can go on and on about that story, but I've already talked about that before in the past. If my main channel can't come back up, I'll have to make a new video about it, since I'm starting fresh here. But I have to jump off here now. Got a lot to do this evening. Got to take care of some preps. Got to get my affairs in order. Something else, too, to bring in real quick before I go. Check all your finances. If you can pay your bills ahead right now, try to invest and pay an extra month on your bills. Invest into some precious metals. gold backs, silver ounces. At least have a little bit of that. I'm not saying go spend thousands on that. I'm saying have a couple $100 if you can. If you can't do it, then, focus on food more. There's always a way to get ahead at least a little bit, so focus on that. I am the Anonymous Prepper. You guys and gals have a good night. Got the storm going to be rolling in a couple hours, so I want to get this stuff taken care of. And I'll be back soon.